The Denver Broncos made some changes at Empower Field at Mile High, but does that mean that a new stadium is not on the horizon? Plus, we have my first ever mukbang. Let's get into it. Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for August 14th. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel V. Hill.
For the second straight year, the Denver Broncos made some significant capital improvements into the stadium that they've called home since 2001. But that doesn't mean that they've decided to stay at Empower Field at Mile High forever. Beyond the next several years, they do have a lease up until 2030. But what about all these decisions and the possible renovation, the possibility of a new stadium, or where the potential new home could be for the Denver Broncos? Damani Leach, the team president, says no real update there, no new information. That was at an event yesterday that the media went to. In case you missed it, I did not host Coffee Break yesterday. It was James Marilat and Will Peterson. I myself got a nice little tour of some of the new additions that they made over that Empower Field at Mile High. And we also got a Q&A, question and answer session with Damani Leach. And it was really fun, you guys. We're going to have a full vlog here that you're going to see in a second, but I have to highlight real quick. This time, there is a brand new premium seating area on the 400 level club called the 1977 Club. It's beautiful. It's stunning. They won't tell us the prices. You have to give them a call to see, which means it's probably a little expensive. But check out the vlog that I did yesterday highlighting all of the new stuff going on at Empower Field. I feel like I was made for this. I'm about to go review all of the new foods that they're adding at Empower Field at Mile High where the Denver Broncos play. What's good and what's bad. Let's go. Home sweet home. It's like we never left. We had a walk to the Club 1977, which they did such a great job at decorating at. It looked so good. Premier Club. And then we went and saw one of the new murals for the artist series. This one is on the 5th level. So if you're going to a game anytime soon, definitely check it out. And then we finally got a look at all of the amazing food that they will be offering now for Broncos game days. Tell you, I was born for this job. I truthfully mean it. We're about to do a full, I think it's called a mukbang. Burger. We got pizza. We have a different burger. We have a dessert chicken sandwich, and we have a tortilla wrap. What is it?
Like a Crunch Wrap Supreme. It's called the Thunder Crunch.
Thunder Crunch.
We have a giant gift bag that we get to go share with the boys. And I get to be like Santa.
It's Christmas.
I do think like the keeler.
Salsa. Okay, real quick before we leave. Goodie bags. We got a really cool mural essentially, which I'll put in my office. Also got a Broncos helmet, which looks sick. And then some other over 21 goodies. So thank you to the Broncos for having me out today. So much fun. See you guys in the next one. Because guess what? Preseason game number 2 is so soon. A few of the other things that you're going to be seeing, and this will be a major one. If you've ever been to Empower Field, you know the Wi-Fi, truthfully, it really sucks. Well, guess what? They are increasing the number of Wi-Fi access points in the stadium by 71.4%. So from 1,400 last year to 2,400 this year. That's going to be massive for game day traffic too, which is obviously going to be great news. You're going to be able to load Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is, share that you're out there. So that's going to be a huge improvement. And they are even expanding the Ring of Fame Plaza on the south side of the stadium because they have to, of course, include Steve Foley and Riley Odoms as well. But let's get into the food. In case you, like when you watch that video, it said full video coming soon. We had so much fun with this video that I couldn't include it in the actual one because it would have been so dang long. So please, for the very first time, enjoy my own personal mukbang. Take a listen. We're about to do a full mukbang. Burger. We got pizza. We have a different burger. We have a dessert, a chicken sandwich, and we have a tortilla wrap.
Thunder Crunch.
Thunder Crunch. Right. Chicken sandwich.
Yep. It's good.
There's some like green chili on it.
Right. I know.
Chicken sandwich. Solid 8 out of 10.
Oh, no.
Like the Crunch Wrap Supreme looking thing. The Thunder Crunch.
Yeah, I think I do.
With some sauce. Wow.
I wasn't going to influence your score. I was just going to let it do the work for itself.
Oh my god. That's really good. I feel like the older I get, the more I like sour cream. Okay, I've never had blue pan pizza.
Detroit pizza, Denver?
Yep.
But the pizza's slightly cold. Is yours cold?
No, mine's still pretty warm.
Mine's kind of cold. Pizza is pizza. Of this is the same chef from Garden and Grace. Looks massive. It's got like a sweet sauce to it.
Yeah.
What kind of burger is this? Do we know?
I think
The better
not the
off-
Beyond Burger. The
better off
plant. It's like the
the
plant-based burger.
It's like the
Yeah,
vegan
they have
burger.
the.
I've never had a vegan burger. It's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Is it cheaper?
No.
Oh.
Horrible.
Sweet treat.
It smells good. Really good.
Yep.
Out of 10.
You have to have a sweet tooth for it for sure, but it's pretty good.
Like weirdly savory and has like the nuts, so it's like proteiny.
Dang. This is a toss-up. These are both number one for sure. This burger, which was the one from Garden and Grace, the chef there. Then the dessert. Then honestly, the vegan burger, and then I'm going pizza. But I'm probably a little biased on the pizza because it was cold.
The Broncos also announced on Tuesday that they will offer an alternate broadcast for Sunday's game against the Green Bay Packers, which is at 6 p.m. The preseason no-fly zone alternate cast will feature former teammate Aqib Talib and Chris Harris Jr. alongside Denver sports contributor James Palmer, with special guests joining in too. This is going to be so sick. I cannot wait to see what they've got in store. Those two are absolutely hilarious together when you talk about Harris and Talib, so I can't wait to see what this ends up looking like. I'll be at the game, but I will definitely be tuning in from the press box for sure. All right, sticking in the NFL, but we will go to the biggest news coming out for the rookie quarterbacks right now. JJ McCarthy, the era has been temporarily put on hold with the rookie quarterback set to undergo knee surgery. After getting pulled from Monday's practice due to knee soreness, McCarthy will have to repair his torn meniscus in his right knee. So that surgery will be happening sometime soon. It's not clear how much time he will end up missing. Recovery times for meniscus surgery can range from a few weeks to a few months. So he was obviously drafted 10th overall by the Vikings in April and threw for 188 yards and 2 touchdowns in last week's preseason games. But now Sam Darnold is set to begin the season as the Vikings starting quarterback. A lot of people were obviously looking forward to seeing what JJ McCarthy was going to be able to offer this team in the preseason, with Sam Darnold most likely getting the start anyways, even if he would have been healthy. But wow, that's a little bit of a shocking news for sure if you're a Vikings fan. James Palmer is actually on Coffee Break with me today, and we talk about all of the rookie quarterbacks in the NFL because there's a lot of different talk happening around all of these guys. And I thought it was so fascinating to hear from James, who's obviously behind the scenes for all 32 teams, and what he had to say about all of the rookie QBs, including where Bo Nix kind of sits among all of them. So it's a great episode. Definitely make sure you tune into that one. Another injury update we got for you is, we've already mentioned it once, but the Chiefs' big offseason acquisition is likely to miss the start of the regular season due to an injury. Wide receiver Marquise Hollywood Brown is expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks after injuring his shoulder on the first play of last week's preseason opener. I joked earlier this week that we got the ESPN report. NFL Network was talking about it all the time. Everybody was like, all right, he's probably going to miss some time, but now we officially know that it will be 4 to 6 weeks. Brown signed with the Chiefs this offseason and expected to be a key part of the passing game. The Chiefs opened the season on September 5th versus the Browns' old team, which was the Ravens, obviously. So yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer for sure, but we will definitely, I'm sure, see him back out there by the time the Broncos and the Chiefs will match up in this season. All right, to the NBA we go. We all remember the NBA Cup, right? It feels like a meaningless tournament that we all kind of talked about. And in fact, it does kind of have so little meaning in its debut because the Lakers ended up winning last year, but they also fired their coach after the season. So don't put too much stock into this, but the first 4 games on the team's official schedule were released and all part of the NBA Cup. So that comes against 3 teams who will likely make the playoffs in this upcoming year, including last year's winner of the West and 2 years back season second place finisher in the conference, and then the 4th team who won the title 3 years ago. So essentially, there's quite a few nice teams in there. You got the New Orleans Pelicans obviously in there. Then you also got Memphis, you got Dallas, and you got Golden State. So it's going to be an interesting NBA Cup season. And just in case you don't remember exactly what the NBA Cup is, essentially, it's a FIFA-style cup, which has all 30 NBA teams separated by conference, and those are split up into 6 different groups for the first portion. The pool games will be played on Tuesday and Friday night. Do we all remember the crazy courts that we ended up seeing? That was one of the ways that they decided to kind of separate what was normal NBA games, what was a part of the NBA Cup. I'll be very curious to see if they end up doing that again. And then all of those games, most of the time, were in the month of November. And then the 8 top performers of each group will then advance to the knockout stage. Then it becomes single elimination for a tournament that will conclude in Las Vegas for the semifinals, which will be December 14th. and the championship game, which will begin on December 17th. This is the way that the NBA is trying to make what happens before Christmas really relevant in the NBA. Everybody says it's like a joke throughout the league that the NBA actually starts on Christmas Day when we have all of those big games. So this is the NBA's way of saying, hey, we're still here. We started actually a while ago. Pay attention to us with the NBA Cup. So we will end up seeing what happens. But nice to see kind of some of the other lineups for the Denver Nuggets and who they will be playing. And of course, people will be excited to see Dallas and that matchup, Luka versus Jokic, all of that jazz. And then, of course, you got Steph Curry, the Golden State Warriors, a different Golden State Warriors now, but still nonetheless one that it has a powerhouse in Steph Curry. All right, up to Boulder we go. Because NFL Hall of Famer Warren Sapp is officially with the CU Buffs and met with the media on Tuesday for the first time. Sapp's official title with the Colorado Buffaloes on Coach Prime's staff is Senior Quality Control Analyst with the defense. Obviously, he'll work closely with the defensive line as Sapp registered 96.5 sacks in his 13-year NFL career with the Buccaneers and the Raiders. We have the full availability. We're just going to play you a few of the questions here in just a quick second. The video is, in fact, very, very long, but we want to give you a feel for how Warren Sapp is planning to, in fact, fix the bad defensive line from a season ago. Take a listen.
How has coaching lived up to your expectations coming into it?
For someone that never wanted to do this, I'm really addicted to it right now. The babies are really giving me a purpose in life, and I'm enjoying it.
Seems like they've taken a liking to you as well, and just enjoy working with you on a daily basis. How much have you seen kind of their energy change from maybe when you were a guest last year, just kind of seeing how things have shifted in about a year?
The best thing, I wasn't really around here last year, except for the first game and then the USC game, so I won't even compare anything to last year. I just love their energy, their willingness to come and work and learn and take it from the classroom out to the practice field and the drills we're doing. And I tell them, you show me how you love this by the way you work. And I'm a fun guy, I think, but I do get them to work. So they meet me more than halfway, so that's all I ask.
A lot of college.
I think one of the most interesting things that came out of that entire interview, which, by the way, if you want to see the entire thing with Warren Sapp, you can check out Matt Smith on Twitter. He was up there in Boulder covering the Buffs for us here at Denver Sports. So you can watch that entire 6-minute press conference, essentially. But the most interesting thing to me was how he talked about which I will literally say quote for quote. The one thing that I did see last year before I turned the TV off was we couldn't stop the run, and that won't happen with me. No, we're going to earn our right to rush by stopping the run. So I feel like that is such a good move. That was one of the most frustrating things for a lot of Buffalo fans last year. They gave up 176.4 yards per game last year on the ground, which was near the bottom in Division I, especially among the Power 5 schools as well. They also gave up 34.8 points per game, which was only better than Stanford, Vanderbilt, USC, and South Florida among the Power 5 teams as well. So excited to see what Warren Sapp will be able to do with this CU Buff squad for sure. And of course, Coach Prime got a ton of recruits up there as well. So we'll be excited to see in just a few short weeks. I believe it's August 29th is the first game for CU. So plenty of good stuff. All right, checking out your guys' comments before we head on out to camp. Rachel, did they offer you some popcorn? No popcorn yesterday. A little bit of a bummer, but to be honest, I was so full. Nobody actually believed that I ate all of that food. And you guys, I did my dang hardest to make sure that I ate everything. It was really good. We were so spoiled. And a lot of people I saw in the comments on some of the videos were like, oh, this isn't for everybody. This is just for the club. No, I believe these items will be available for everybody at Empower Field. You're just going to have to, of course, go to the right stand to be able to do so. And then one of the murals is available up in the 500 too. So if you are going out to a Broncos game anytime soon, please go take a picture by that and tag me on Twitter because I would love to see it. Usually on my game days, I've got a pretty strict routine, so I never make it up to the level 500s. But I think that it's a really, really cool mural, and they did such a great job with it, you guys. I seriously was shocked, and I have so many questions about how you can make something look so perfect on such a big wall with no mess up. So again, it was really, really cool to be over there yesterday, and I'm excited to see what the future holds over there at Empower Field, and if I think there will be a new stadium in the future. I saw some of the questions, all screams, no new stadium anytime soon. I think you will see a new stadium by 2030. Whether that be still in the Mile High City or if it's going to be out by the airport, I don't know the answers to that. But I would, if I had to put some money down right now, I would say there would be a new stadium then. But to be honest, that's only in 6 years. Like time is flying, and that's in 6 years is 2030. So hold on, because I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot of updates sooner rather than later. Green chili is a cheat code. That chicken sandwich, Jake Shapiro was actually giving me a hard time. He was like, man, you must just really be a fan of chicken sandwiches. I have never even gotten a chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A, you guys. So I'm not a big chicken sandwich person. That one was so freaking delicious. I do think now that I've had time to process all of my mukbang and my food eating, I think that the Thunder Crunch is number one with chicken sandwich down at number 2. Then we'll go with the burger at number 3. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. Danucci transplants to another home, Buffalo Bills. At this rate, he might work for every team in the NFL and XFL. We talked about Ben DiNucci yesterday. Obviously, just how he is now with Buffalo. Their third string guy ends up getting hurt, and then he's going up there to Buffalo. I'm actually excited for Ben DiNucci. I wish him the absolute best. I think he served his purpose here with the Denver Broncos. Nothing crazy that they ever saw out of him, but people obviously knew and began to love the name. Not for what he was necessarily doing on the field, but I just think because of everything that, he kind of brought to the locker room and to the team and all of that kind of jazz. Nothing crazy out of the guy, but he'll be now up there in Buffalo with Josh Allen, and maybe he can learn a few things from the guy, and maybe he can be a backup quarterback at some point. I've heard it's the best job in the NFL as the backup quarterback. 1, you get to just throw the ball around, and 2, you get paid a crap ton of money to do it and sit on the bench, which, to be honest, is not a bad gig. But that is going to do it for me today. I am headed out to Broncos practice here very, very shortly. We have a special guest out at Broncos practice today. If you know me, then you know I love her. Kay Adams is going to be there, so excited to hopefully catch up with her for a few minutes. But that is going to do it, you guys. We will see you tomorrow. I will make sure we have everything that you need to know about what happened at Broncos practice and see if Sean Payton's going to give us any sort of juicy details on what this weekend's game against the Packers will look like. All right, that's going to do it. We will see you guys later. Bye.